By the rainbow. Ooh! That's always the good message you want to see first. Should I have more light? What do you think, Internet? I'm gonna put on another light. I'm gonna put on another light. We're gonna put on another light today. Hi. My name's Ryan, aka the Rye Man. This is not the first time we've been here. How you doing, Clace? You thought you might have broke my brain with Major Minor. I went through that in flying colors. You thought you probably broke me finally with Winds of Change. That one came close. That one cost subscribers who... Cowards, the lot of them. They were too weak to be able to sit through it. Patooey on them. So here we are again with a third. I hope you're proud. Actually, I do hope you're proud. Son of a bitch. Keep doing what you're doing. Hold on a second. Right. Anyway, I just wanted to look something up real quick. This is Clace's third game. Komorebi? Please correct me if I am wrong. I understand I am an ignorant fellow. But that's why I admit that I am. So people can help steer me in the correct direction. And I wanted to look it up real quick. Of what exactly that is. In real life, the space between the canopy and branches allows sunlight to gently filter through. Okay. This is the demo for that game. It's still a bit of ways off. I'll put the links for everything down in the description below. Don't you worry. I'm stalling as best I can. By the way, yes, I'm back on a webcam. I'm still not comfortable on webcam, but I feel like, you know, I've lost a bit of weight since the last time a lot of you have probably seen me last, so starting to feel a touch more comfortable. And yes, I know this old wolf is starting to get gray hairs. Given the context of what I'm about to dive into, I probably chose the wrong choice of words. I'm not a wolf. Please don't draw me as that. Shut up, Don. I know you're there. I literally hear him lurking in the comment section below. Nothing to do but to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, and Clace, if you're there, let's go. Hi.
Welcome to Komorebi.
Komorebi, okay. Are you God? Are you the visual novel God that A always been talking about?
You have chosen to take part in a personal experience.
I wouldn't say... Okay, you got me there. I did choose to be here. Not Major Minor, but I did choose Winds of Change. And I did choose this. But it's the principle of the matter.
In exchange for that, we have given you several options to use.
Alright.
Feel free to do so at your leisure.
I will.
Your experience will be divided into fragments like these. Right now, there's only one. Try saving and then interact with this fragment.
Okay, Clace, my man, I've never had a tutorial before in my life on how to use the save option. Ooh! What are these? I don't recall being here before.
Alternatively, feel free to enjoy the view.
Okay. Can kind of move it around a little bit. That's this time on how long I've been here. Who the fuck are these? Who's I'm so confused. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Let's go.
Experience opening fragment. A new beginning.
I'm here for a reason. Let's do it. Oh. Fear of the future must not define us. It is regrets of the past that make us who we are. I'm wondering how much of this may tie into the other two games. You know? Because Winds of Change found ways to connect into Major Minor. I'm wondering if this does the same. By the way, I forgot what I was going to say. My eyes flutter as I linger on the precipice of a peaceful sleep. Cars pass by, then fade away, lulling me like mechanical waves on a suburban ocean. That's a gorgeous way to describe city traffic ASMR. However, as enticing as slumber may seem, this is not the time or the place. If this does link into the other games, one, I'm remembering what I was going to say now. One, I'm going to punch that dog god dude so hard in his snout for dragging me into another world. And two, what am I saving this time in this grand multiverse? And why they have to keep dropping a human into one of these worlds? As we drive, I keep myself awake with pleasant thoughts. Thoughts both old and new. Those vehicles that passed by, where were they going? And where did they come from? I dig deeper and start to wonder who those people are, who they loved and held dear. Billions of people, all with lives fundamentally different from mine. It's a lot to take in. But is that difference a good thing or a bad thing? I stop to think, and I can find no answer. As many people say, though, the unknown is alluring. That's part of why I'm sitting here right now. On the on-ramp? I feel a tap on my shoulder, and I let out a loud yawn. By the way, I'm doing this recording in the evening after work. So slowly, you're going to see my mind drift into oblivion. If I somehow just start speaking in American Sign Language, that means my brain is gone. Yes, I am learning sign language. I don't know why I did that. It's part of repetition. You have to keep doing that if you want to learn it. All right. Who's tapping me on the shoulder? This is fully voiced. I remember that from the trailer. Giving my friend a slight smile. It isn't long before I receive one in turn. So what's Ryan going to sleep, right? And then, first of all, boys and girls, don't ever interrupt me sleeping. But for the sake of this story, let's pretend it's safe to interrupt my sleep. So, tap me on the shoulder. Is that my slight smile? By the by, you can be honest with how frightening my smile is to people. There are reasons I'm single. Oh, at least we're both on the same page. There'd be plenty of time to sleep later on.
Hey, you alright over there?
What are you? I'm fine by the way. I'm not going to keep doing sign language. I'm sorry. Clace, or any person who happens to be in the furry community, let me know something. I have a few questions about the Fursonas thing. Oh my god, I can slightly move this stuff around. That's cool. Anyway, would you say that your Fursonas are like born like with the whole watch the mouse cursor, born like with the colors, or is it dyed, or is it both? Is that sign in the background? Yeah. We're in for a long day.
Ever since we left the airport, you've been dozing off like mad. I thought it was pretty good company, you know? You're offending me.
How do I respond to that? Like, dude, it's called jet lag. Have you ever been on a flight? I have. I shake my head. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I shake my head as if doing so would grant me further clarity. Now. Now. These symbols here help represent the tone. And if you haven't been around for my Winds of Change playthrough, let me spin you a small yarn on how I accidentally made one of the characters fall in love with me. And then I think I went along with that entire relationship route out of spite. Probably spiting myself. Heart isn't friendly. Heart is love. I made that mistake before because at one point there was just a simple heart icon and I didn't know what I was doing. Yes, I know, and apparently I'm quite the bard when I choose to be without me even knowing it. So this is the normal friendly. You're great company. I'm just really tired, bro. Honestly, I was waiting for the first fucking move. You're okay, this is the joking one. You're pretty boring. I'm already planning a flight home. What makes you think you could... I'm not usually that aggressive with people unless I've known them for years, and even that's because they're used to me and they know I'm not really going to kick them out the door onto the highway. And this is the sad. I'm just feeling a little homesick. Honestly, when it comes to me, you're getting a combination of me being your pal and me being a playful asshole to you. What do I want to go with this? What do I want to go, though? You're pretty boring. I'm already planning a return flight home. You're great company. I'm just fucking tired, bro.
Yeah, me too. But you're the only one to blame here.
Why? Why you First of all, you don't smile like that at me. The last time someone smiled like that at me while I was in a car on the highway, that was followed up by an attempt to push me out of the vehicle. Don't ask.
Why did you book the red eye? Now there's a question for the ages. I had some coffee, but not even that could save me.
I don't know what some of that means. By the by. Oh, this is all on its 100% volume. Voice actors. Louder for the ones in the back!
Besides,
before we can continue, he's cut off by a loud beeping noise. That was the beeping noise. A light on the dashboard starts to flash, causing him to groan in annoyance. Your check engine light, aka the idiot light, just came on, didn't it? He looks down for a moment and presses a button to silence the intrusion.
Distracted driving? Of course.
I'm sorry?
Apparently, this thing doesn't want me talking to my friend. I guess it thinks you're a risk? Maybe you should take that as a compliment.
Do cars in the future come with that? I would have ripped out my entire dashboard ages ago.
I shrug, unsure how to respond, and I rest my head on the window. According to the system, almost everything was a risk these days. Calais, I have a funny feeling you're reading into the actual future here. Is that like a power of... Either Clace has the power from the last game, or he's just really good at nailing shit on the head for these days.
What the fuck was that? What the fuck? What? I don't. You want to talk about distracted driver? I'm pulling an e-brake if I'm going along and all of a sudden... Vroom.
A few moments later, the silence is finally broken. I'm thankful, as things were starting to get a little awkward. But I guess meeting someone for the first time is always like, that's my first meeting with the gentleman? Who is he? And who am I? Is that an orb worth pondering over in the background? What the fuck is that hanging from the chandelier? If this is my apartment, that's the first thing gone.
Well, it was nice of him to pick you up from the airport. Isaac, right?
Last time I checked, my name's Ryan. Who are you?
Make sure to keep people like him close by during a change like this. Things may seem a bit uncertain right now, but remember, that's not a bad thing.
Oh, his name is Isaac. I'm still Ryan, right? Let me take a look at you. Let me take a fucking look at you. I want to say a Grey Wolf. I'll give you points for style. I'm a fan of the business shit. Good on you rocking the mane. Awesome. You do you, brother. The earring thing is a liability. If you and me got into a fight right now, I'm just going to be upfront with you. That's the first thing I'm going for. That's the first thing. It's one of the reasons I don't do piercings. It becomes something for your opponent to just yank right off you. Little thing for you to know in case you ever find yourself in a fight with someone with piercings. Just fucking reach and yank the fucker off. Hi, nice to meet you. No, I don't plan on fights to the death with every person that I meet. He fiddles with a few papers in his hands before pulling out a specific sheet. Placing it on the table between us, he slowly slides it over to my side of the room. I pick it up and inspect it for a few moments. It's a basic questionnaire.
If you could just fill out the basics, that would be great.
Okay. I'm sure this is going to help shape my personality for the main game.
Obviously, I know who you are, but we need to leave a paper trail. You fill that out, and I'll decide our topics for the day, all right?
I mean, all right. I don't typically do paper trails. When I went down to Houston for 4 months, nothing but cash. You could not trace me. It's good to be off the grid. I nod, grabbing the pen that rests on the table beside me. Let's see. These sessions were always boring, especially the first few. A new city and a new counselor. Right back to square one. After filling out the form, I place it on the table and slide it back. Okay, nothing for me to actually fill out. The counselor picks it up, inspects it, and gives me a knowing nod.
All that aside, I assume that you still prefer the name Delta? It was mentioned in the notes sent over by your previous counselor.
No. No, I don't think I would ever want to be known as Delta. That's what everyone's going to keep calling me, isn't it? Well, I'll admit, it's a little better than people calling me King from the last game. That one felt awkward, being labeled a king of a certain species of people. And yes, I know, it's quite ironic that the guy named Ryan doesn't want to be called King because Ryan is an Irish name that, correct me if I'm wrong again here, kinda means king. Is that why I don't even like my own name?
Don't worry, it's normal. A lot of people your age shy away from their birth name.
I don't like it when when Clace's games do that. Like, are literally made and written as I fucking play through them. I'm already freaked!
Why spend our lives with something that's been decided for us, right? Things are a lot more flexible than we give them credit for.
Mm-hmm.
That includes the future. A fact that people tend to forget.
Okay. I really don't know where he's going with this. By the by, I really don't have much of a problem with the name Ryan. I'll always stick with Ryan. But insinuating that I'm a king of anything, that's when I start feeling awkward. Because I am the king of nothing. Oy. He taps the papers against his lap, straightening them out.
Allow me to be a little blunt. I mean, we both know why you're here.
You do, brother. I don't.
My practice focuses on people like yourself. Those who saw nothing. Honestly, that's a very small group. It must get lonely for you sometimes.
I really am starting to feel personally attacked by this dude. Oh, wait. I think I'm remembering more from the trailer. The last time I even looked at the trailer was when I did that video when I first discovered said trailer. Oh, this is somehow then connected as some type of future of the multiverse of Clace, because in Winds of Change, there was a whole thing of me making a whole bunch of seers that allowed other people to glimpse into the future. I know these obviously are not going to be connected. I say that now. Watch months down the road when this releases and a foot goes straight into my mouth, followed by a gun. If that bloody sword pops up again, I am literally willing to destroy everything. Everything. I shrug.
There's a single question I like to ask my new patients. So, excuse the cliche, but how does that make you feel? Being alone while billions receive a glimpse of the future.
Am I in fucking therapy? I would never go to therapy in real life for jack shit. I'm gonna go into therapy because I can't glimpse my future? Why the fuck would I want to glimpse my pathetic, bleak future? I feel more and more attacked as each passing second passes. Your couch is fucking horrendous, by the way. I thank him for rubbing it in, ensuring that the sarcasm is clear.
It's the opposite, actually. I meant to give you some support.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine being constrained by a vision of your future, consumed by it. You have what some people would call freedom, a truly blank slate.
Oh, okay. I'd never thought I'd ever be happy being called a blank slate.
Remember, Komorebi is a relatively new phenomenon.
Komorebi.
Society has flourished for thousands of years without it.
Mm-hmm.
Some would consider your situation a blessing. Don't forget that.
I mean, okay. So, like, in the context of this lore of me being hopped from world to world in this grand multiverse, after leaving the last place behind and probably doing a whole bunch of other wacky-ass adventures out there. Which you could coincidentally say were my other playthroughs on my channel. Ha ha ha. I've now come to this world where apparently after I, made people seers, I apparently accidentally made seers in other multiverses. I don't know how any of this works. I am not a writer. I can't even write my own dumb bullshit. I'm gonna try and piece together a weird-ass mystery that Glace has put together. I can tell he's giving a speech that he's given many times before. Because of that, it seems to lose some of its impact and wisdom. As I close my eyes, I simply hope that this is all over soon. I want to say this is just a demo thing, and it's just hopping me around from place to place. I was told this is like a 2-hour demo. We're probably not going to really do 2 hours, mind you. I say as we already hit like 30 minutes because I ramble. The TV report continues, and I open my eyes with slight hesitation. I've only been here a few days, and rest is almost impossible to find. A new start of your life is always stressful, after all. At least I have friends!
I can't believe they're making us watch this.
Isaac, right? The neon blue hair is, like, brighter than the goddamn sun coming into this room right now.
100 years of visions? Nobody cares. Looks like Argus just wants to stroke their own ego.
Alright, Argus. Wait, your name is... Dante leans forward, taking the... Okay, that's Isaac, right? And now Dante's about to be introduced.
Yeah, this is more about the system than anything else. Maybe they should fix all the glitches before boasting.
Right.
Watch. Soon it'll say talking over their propaganda is risky.
Am I going to lead like a rebellion against an oppressive, like, socialist communist regime in here? Isaac leans forward, whispering, as if the topic is sensitive.
You're not supposed to badmouth the system, Dante.
Yeah, I am going to have to lead a revolution against the communist regime, aren't I? I'm all for this world! I can see why I was brought in! Fuck communism!
As if my score could get any lower, man. Besides, Delta has definitely seen my true colors by now. I'm under no obligation to keep up the nice guy act.
Okay, I can respect that. We will all be assholes.
Why does it have to be an act? Can't you just, you know, be nice?
Some of us have tried being nice, Isaac. Dante scoffs.
Too much effort, not enough caffeine.
Dante's coming off as a mood.
And you know the system is messed, Isaac. We're all on a leash. They just use Komorebi as an excuse to make it stay that way.
I have a feeling Dante and I are gonna be like awesome fucking friends by the end of this adventure.
Can't argue with that one. Hey, Delta, didn't you have an appointment soon? Maybe I can use you as an excuse to stop watching this thing.
And you're telling me to be nice.
Don't blah me. Don't blah me. Okay. I left the retort and leaned back in an attempt to relax. I let Isaac know that he was right, but my appointment wasn't for a while. Plenty of time to gather my thoughts and continue watching this report. So what are we actually watching? MSNBC? Yeah, I definitely need to gather my thoughts. There's a fog over my mind, and I feel so scatterbrained. Grounding myself in this new environment would definitely help. What is happening?
Interact with each word to learn more about it.
Okay, visual novel god. The multiverse really is combining. Now I'm literally being talked to by the visual novel god. Okay. Let's start with the namesake.
Upon interacting with all four, your experience will continue.
Thank you! One day, the world was changed forever. Billions of people experienced vivid visions of the future. These could not be mistaken for dreams. It seemed to be true precognition. The visions that people had would follow them for the rest of their lives, replaying at the worst possible times. It was almost like an intrusive thought. Whether positive or negative in nature, these visions still consumed lives. Nobody knew how or why this happened, but it was too late, and chaos ensued. Those that saw personal success went to great lengths to fulfill their visions. Those that saw personal failures did anything they could to avoid them. I have a feeling that that's usually what then leads to said failures. It wasn't just a one-time event either. Komorebi, I'm going to keep mispronouncing this, to guarantee you. Komorebi overstayed its welcome. Children and grandchildren grew up alongside this odd phenomenon. They too experienced their own visions around the age of 13. The world became obsessed with the future, obsessed with Komorebi. It was a word describing sun. What do you know? Google was right when I looked it up. It was a word describing sunlight that shines down through the trees. A simple and poetic metaphor for the visions filtering into our world. Appointment. While Komorebi phenomenon was peculiar, there was also something else. Some people saw nothing, left completely in the dark with no vision at all. Less than 1% of the world experienced this, a very small group. But it was still extremely worrying. What did seeing nothing mean? Were you dead? Nobody knew. Depression? Oh, we're going down this road? We're going down this road. Ooh! Depression and suicidal ideation became commonplace among this group. They are assigned a counselor who meets with them on a regular basis. I am one of these people. I never experienced my own vision. People always worry for me and fear that I might do something rash. In reality, however, I'm fine. My lack of a vision has never defined me. Because I moved into a new city to live with friends, I was given a new counselor. It's kind of lame to start all over after spending so many years with the last one. You'd think they'd just hand off the fucking paperwork, but what the fuck do I know about bureaucracy? But I'm told this doctor is great, and I feel at home in just a few sessions. Boy. The system. Because of the chaos that ensued during the advent of Komorebi, a plan was needed. There were too many people acting recklessly in the face of their futures. Whether avoiding or fulfilling the visions, risky behavior was a constant. A new system was introduced that governed the behavior of the people. That governed the people, huh? You would be held accountable for all your actions, regardless of legality. Please tell me that I was dropped into this world to topple communism. This was an attempt to keep people in line and focus on the present. Live in a safe, orderly manner. And you would cure points over your lifetime. If you did the opposite, you'd lose points. Be rude, speed, litter, stuff like that. I'm starting to get a twitch. Your point total would define you as either an asset or a liability to society. While primitive at first, this concept grew as technology progressed. It is currently integrated into every possible device. Phones, cars, homes. The demand is clear. Be rewarded for your subservience to the system. I'm gonna have to reinstall Homefront and Freedom Fighters on 2 separate devices and play them at the same time to scratch this fucking itch I'm getting right now. Crime and accident rates plummeted due to this, and society's on a tight leash. Is that racist when we were talking about furries? Or is that a kink? Oh no! But, some people would argue that living in chains isn't really what I would call freedom. Life is about taking risks and making progress, they say. What is life, right? But like a giant rogue simulator that you really only get one try at? I don't know where I was going with this one. Fight as they might, however, no movement has resulted in any change. Your worth in society is dictated solely by your score in the system. Generations later, managing your points is simply the norm. My vision is blinded by a white-hot rage. News report. Today marks the 100th anniversary of Komorebi. Kamadama Ding Dong. Nothing has ever been the same since then. I don't think it ever will be. The current state of technology and society is vastly different than it would have been. At top of it all, right next to the world leaders, is Argus Corporation. They created the system. They create almost every device we use today. In many ways, they affect our lives even more than those in power. The report is basically going over the history of Komorebi and Argus. But to be honest, it seems a little self-serving and very unnecessary. Isaac was right. It's like they just want to stroke their own egos. They made it mandatory viewing. Mandatory viewing! Ooh, baby, I hate your ways! If you ignore the special report, you'd lose some points. The fuck was that? Essentially, our social status is being held for ransom. But if there's one thing that nobody can monitor, it's what I'm thinking of. So while I'm watching, I at least have time to gather my thoughts. Visual novel god? Oh no. I let out a soft sigh and everything suddenly feels better. It's crazy how much a quick mental breather can help. My last counselor is the one who taught me that. He told me that our mind is like an office full of filing cabinets. Oh god, what would my office place look like? My office place in my head would probably look like that one scene from SpongeBob where everything's on fire and everyone's running around screaming, burning everything 1 second, and then realizing we forgot what our own fucking name is the second. If we don't gather our thoughts, they just lay around piling up. We need to get some time aside to process and filter them. Sometimes a simple metaphor like that can really change the way you think. Unwanted thoughts can be thrown away like trash, while you organize the rest. If our mind was a physical space, we'd never neglect it. We'd keep it immaculate. As if it was perfectly timed, the report ends alongside that train of thought. The energy level in the room immediately skyrockets now that we're free! Honestly, it was a waste! That was an hour we'll never get back. Is that just a demo thing? I want to say that's just gotta be a demo thing, right? Oh, I'm back here. With my counselor. Something tells me this first few sessions will be a bust. I never found it fun to talk about myself, and now I'm forced to do it. Oh, that's right, I wouldn't be here in therapy on my own free will. I would literally be shoved in here via gunpoint. Hopefully the notes my last counselor sent over will help him get up to speed.
You know, you're something of an anomaly to me.
I get that a lot.
Most people in your situation have less than stellar scores.
Mm-hmm.
But you seem to exist in the middle. A truly neutral ground.
Yeah, don't say when it comes to a game like this! Oh, God! Oh, in case I didn't need any more reminder that I'm a pro tag in a visual novel.
A preliminary look at your risk profile shows me almost nothing. But on the other hand, you haven't done much to gain points either.
Another ambiguous statement. I asked him if that was good or bad.
I don't know, actually. I wouldn't be able to tell you. It's a little ironic, though, isn't it? In regards to the system, I mean. Your score is meant to define you as a person, yet you elude that definition.
Mm-hmm. I know he sighs, game. I literally just heard him sigh.
Then again, I'm no stranger to attracting those that go against the norm. Would you mind answering a few personal questions for me, Delta? Nothing too intrusive. I just want to get a feel for who you are.
Here we come. I nod, seeing no harm in this. It's why I'm here, after all.
Well then, let's start with the basics. Why did you move here? What did you leave behind? Big life changes like this are rarely without cause.
I shrug, unsure where to start. There was a lot to say, and a little time to say it. At least we have our first few sessions cut out for this. Okay. Okay.
Welcome to the first of 4 fragment maps.
Okay.
This is how you will navigate through your personal experience.
You don't say?
The top row is made up of pivotal fragments.
So places I've been, right?
You must complete all 6, but can complete them in any order.
Any order, huh?
Upon completing all 6, you can interact with this arrow to move forward.
Okay. What about this row?
You will witness a culmination of this fragment map before moving on to the next.
Uh-huh.
The second row consists of personal heart-to-heart fragments. These are optional, but highly recommended, as they are the key to forming bonds and relationships.
Okay. Are there any chicks in this game?
Right now, you only have access to Isaac and Dante, but that will change as things progress.
I feel like if your name is Dante, like, one of your destinies is to sell drugs at some point in your life. I don't know why. Or fight demons.
The bottom row consists of supplemental fragments. These are skits based on exchanges made in your group's chat room.
Oh, chat rooms, you say?
For your benefit, they will be portrayed just like any other fragment.
Uh-huh.
Upon completing a pivotal fragment, you will unlock a journal entry. These explore Delta's personal thoughts as events slowly unfold. There will be 5 to unlock in each fragment map, and they unlock in a predetermined order. Should you wish, you can also toggle the nostalgia filter. This will apply a vintage look to your experience. You are now ready to continue your journey unhindered.
Thanks, visual novel god.
Check marks will appear beside completed fragments, so you can monitor your progress. It is also recommended that you alternate between various fragment types.
Uh-huh.
Enjoy, and make it an experience to remember.
Thank you? Thank you? Now, fuck off? What am I looking?
You have not unlocked any journal entries.
Fuck you too! Maybe I'll... My head is spinning in so many directions right now. Take me to this one!
Experience pivotal fragment. First arrival.
Okay. The people we end up hating are usually the ones we love the most. Oh my god, that means so many people actually love me. I grabbed my bags from the trunk. An easy task, as I made sure to pack light. Pack tight. The point of this journey was to leave my baggage behind, not carry it with me. Isaac steps in to help out, and I turn to face the house. My new home. I hate modern art style.
Well, what do you think?
I'm not a fan of modern architecture. I'm sure it's nicer on the inside. I'm more of a Victorian home kind of guy, you know, don't judge me.
The pictures don't do it justice, do they?
Yeah.
It has its quirks, but it served all of us just fine.
It was better in the pictures, to be honest.
Sharp wit. You'll get along great with Dante.
I have a feeling Dante and I are going to be like best of but. What is that face?
Don't tell him I said this, but it's not easy living with him. Yes, we can count on your arrival to liven things up for us,
He smiles at me before closing the trunk and locking everything up. I carry 2 of my bags while he carries the other 2. An equal team. Communism. We make our way to the front door and place everything down in sync.
Hold on.
What, is there a booby trap? Does Dante booby trap the household? Are you sure he's just not my alternate version somewhere out in the multiverse? He pulls out his phone and holds it up against the entry scanner. Qu'est-ce que c'est fuck? A small beep sounds, and then a moment later the door unlocks. At least the security system protecting this house was solid. House can be opened up with your phone?
Welcome home, Isaac.
Oh, I don't know if I'd like that. I don't know if I'd like that at all, Chief.
You may leave the house 2 more times today.
I'm sorry! Can you repeat... I can't break out a gun, otherwise YouTube will strike down this video. Fucking excuse you! Clays. I'm gonna leave this demo where it is. Thanks to this handy dandy thing. I'm glad the visual novel god didn't chime in and said I can save 2 more times. Clays, brother. If one of the endings to this game is not me tearing down this system and bringing actual freedom to the masses, I'll be very disappointed. In you. In me. But mostly in me. I would have, like, a goddamn, like, tinfoil room somewhere in the house, I swear to God. Unless Dante beat me to it, and, like, the closet's, like, lined with tinfoil. Is he hiding Alex Jones, broadcasting a secret radio station down in the basement? Did Clays know I was gonna stop by? So he purposely wrote the world the way it is right now. It's like, I'm gonna laugh so hard at Ryan's reaction over this communist, this like fucking shit. Oh, I'm cutting it here right now. Maybe I'll do the rest of the demo. Maybe I won't. I will, for the sake of time for other projects of other games I could be doing, I suppose. I'll leave it up to you guys, okay? If you want this to be part 1, and I'll do the rest of this demo, let me know. And I'll rename this part 1 for the demo. If not, this is what's to be expected. This is the world that I was flung into. Isaac looks so fucking concerned right now because it's now probably dawning on him the type of guy that just showed up on the doorstep. Stay awesome out there, everyone. And until the next time, adios. Do not fucking draw me as a goddamn wolf!